When you think of solar cars, you probably think of something like this. They look rather odd and typically only hold one person, who has to lie down in a very awkward position. But engineers in Sydney, Australia have unveiled what they say is a human-centric solar car, one that is practical to use and doesn't look like a strange insect. The car's name is Eve. It was built for the World Solar Challenge, a gruelling solar car race across the Australian outback. But its designers want to get this car registered to drive on city roads. The car has 4 wheels and room enough for 2 people. Its lithium-ion battery can be plugged into mains electricity for a fast charge, or alternatively, if you just park it in the sun for 10 hours, its solar panels will charge it enough to drive 500 kilometres. That's more than 300 miles. Mechanical engineer Chris Harrison worked on the car.
At the beginning of this challenge, what we were aiming for is to develop a car which the public could align themselves with and actually envisage themselves driving one around the street instead of having the standard solar-powered cars which look like a blimp and have no boot space or anything practical.
Eve was built at the SunSwift Solar Car Laboratory at the University of New South Wales in Sydney. It has a lightweight carbon fibre body that was cast as a single piece in a mould made from polystyrene and fiberglass. 60 students worked around the clock for 15 months to build the car, but the time has come to put their creation to the test and drive it for the first time. Eve was taken to a Sydney racetrack for its inaugural run, and it's a very big moment for all involved. The first run is done at low speed to avoid overheating components. The car is being limited to 10% of its power as the crew tests basic functions such as braking and steering. SunSwift engineer and business manager Alex Toe.
That was the first time we've ever run the car off its own power independently, the first time it's ever moved. So we were really excited to see it actually work.
Project manager Sam Patterson was the first to drive Eve, and he's pleased with how it went.
The brakes work very well, the steering's quite responsive, vision's reasonable, so yeah, we're pretty happy with it so far.
Sam is going to take Eve for another run, this time a bit faster. He has agreed to take our camera operator along as a passenger.
With 2 of us in the car, it's the first time this has happened. And we're off. So we've gone from the square wave in the motor now to the sine wave, so it's gotten much quieter. We're up to 280 RPM now. Probably hit 300 on this.
It feels like it's going very fast, though the car is still moving at a fraction of its top speed of 140 kilometres or 87 miles per hour.
Can we get a temperature of the motor control?
39.8.
Lovely. Please stop right at the beginning of the
Unprecharged motor control temperature never got above 40 degrees, 40.1 here.
Wonderful.
After the World Solar Challenge, the crew intends to install headlights and side impact protection to get Eve certified as roadworthy. Sam Patterson.
We've actually gone to the point of having it almost ready to register before the race, and we'll leave off the things that we don't require for the race, and then after the race we'll have a little bit of work to do so that we can drive it on a public street.
With only weeks to go, the first priority is getting Eve ready for the World Solar Challenge. Now that the first tests are complete, Eve may be on its way to becoming the world's first practical solar car.